Senegal, Dakar, Big Frost representing Sin. Hey, alongside the one called Mr. Maga. You see me, I say, we're born all the politicians, them, all the politics. Tous les politiciens doivent brûler en enfer. Yeah, that's why me sing again then. Well, let's show for my boy on the
We have this connection when we're working with people, because I don't think that there's any more third world country, so-called third world country, because now with internet, the world is like it's an international village. Everybody is living in it. We're living in this international village. It's about globalization and stuff like this. I know exactly, I can know what's going on in Brazil today if I go on the internet. I can know who is number one. I can know what's happening in China. I can know what's happening in Iraq or whatever. I can even make music with people living there from the internet. So this is not a secret. So,
but the thing is, I think now hip hop has gone to a level of globalization. You know, you can hear in American hip hop, Dr. Dre using a loop from India, and maybe when you go to India, you will hear an Indian MC using a loop from James Brown. You know, and that's definitely hip hop to me. That's definitely hip hop.
So when you say do re mi fa sol la, anywhere you go in the world, you're talking about. Even if I don't understand what you're saying, I don't understand the language what you're talking about. But when you're saying, when you're talking music, then I understand what you're talking about. So that's the main difference. That's the flavor that you bring. But I think that it's really about an exchange than something else.
On the artistic level, we are using African instruments from time to time, and that for sure. When you hear it compared to American hip hop, I mean, you know it's African.
When we go to England, for instance, we work with people. We bring something to them. They give back something to us. This is the exchange that we're making. We bring the Africanity. We don't have to. That's what we bring. We bring our stuff, but we still have a point where we meet. Is that the music that we're making? Music is like the universal language, as we say.
We should cross the boundaries. We should cross the languages. We should cross the cultures and just use the things we feel in other people's music or other people's culture, you know, and make them mine, make them ours instead.
The difference between working with like people like you and people living in Senegal is that you come with different experience. You come with something different. I mean, that can be about the music, the open mind that you have in the music. So that can be the difference. But when we're working with people here, that doesn't mean that they don't have open mind. But there's something new that you can bring to the music that we're doing. That's the only difference. But if it's about technical and stuff like this, I think that is the same. But you can bring a different flavor. I mean, for me, it's an experience to work with people like you, because I know that when I listen to your music, I can feel different influences from different countries where you've been. So this is something new. This is something. The main difference is this.
I think that's when you talk about political globalization. I mean, there are lots of criticism people can have about it, but I think with hip hop, that's just done the right way, paying tributes to people who are so far from where you live, people you don't know, or maybe people you don't even know about their culture, you know. But just that's a way to recognize that, okay, I heard this from your culture, and this is nice. So that's giving respect to that culture to me.
The thing is, when I'm writing lyrics in English, definitely I write it for the international crowd, I mean for the international audience. So I'm taking care of using words that talking about what I'm living or whatever the message. But definitely the crowd, I mean the people, the target is not Senegalese people. In Senegal, I just know when it's been like, that's our 7th album that we release here in Senegal, and in every album we have French, Wolof, and English, so people get used to that. And so now, I mean, you know, there's not a big difference. In the other countries, like when you go to Gambia people understand Wolof and English, so it's better for them also, they understand what we're talking about. When we go into England or whatever, definitely the songs in English must be the more, you know, must be the song that we expose the most. But you know, the main thing, as I said, is to mix the flow and the message, and then if people go back home, they can listen to the message, and then when they come to the show, they can just move to the beat.
Yeah, that just shows the diversity of the people we are trying to touch, and the people we are meeting actually, because we just know that our raps interest some people who are speaking English, you know, but maybe if you do it in Wolof only, they won't understand. So maybe from time to time we're gonna drop lyrics in English, at least to give them an idea of what we're talking about in our music, you know. But mainly it's Wolof and French, you know, because we are more used to travel around West Africa, and most of the countries around here, like they speak French, you know. Wolof is only spoken in Senegal, Mauritania, maybe a little bit in Guinea, but outside of those 3 countries, it's really difficult for people to understand what we're talking about when we speak in Wolof. So that's why we're doing it in French, just to share our opinions, our ideas with them too.
When we're playing in Senegal, of course, people know we have some kind of lyrics that the people understand what we're talking about. So it's more about the lyrics. It's more about the lyrics and less about the show. But we try to mix both. But here it's about the lyrics, the lyrics and the message. It's more about the message because people understand Wolof and stuff like this. It's the message that we're delivering should be delivered by any means necessary in every kind of music.
Sexe banal, lamb, ni ay yamb, Sénégal, boy du sucre, lu dul maas mi la ñuy poudre, 11 septembre 2001.
La main levée, le poing serré, au rendez-vous des combattants pour la paix, j'y serai. La main levée, le poing serré, au rendez-vous des combattants pour la paix, j'y serai. La paix dans la cité. Si t'es d'accord avec moi, je vais t'entendre crier. Bayard, ils nous ont assez fatigués. Si t'es d'accord avec moi, je vais t'entendre crier. Bayard, allume ton briquet. Si t'es d'accord avec moi, je vais t'entendre crier.